Thank you for joining us for the Barbados Today afternoon news for Monday, December 18. I am Mary-Claire Williams. The Sanitation Service Authority is assuring householders that it will resume collection of household waste this week. Residents have been complaining about the recent pileup of garbage in some areas. And Public Relations Officer Carl Padmore told Barbados Today that garbage collection will commence in the next couple days.
On Wednesday, the 20th of December and Thursday, the 21st, we'll be going to parishes of St. Philip, St. John, the upper part of Christ Church, and St. Joseph on those days. On the Friday now, we'll be going into the parish of St. Lucy. All other parishes will get their usual collection. All other parishes. When we say mass household collection, we are not speaking about the bulk waste, we're not speaking about body fluids, we're not speaking about blood, we're not speaking about hazardous waste, fiberglass. We're not speaking of things like that. We are speaking of the household waste, things that you generate, like in your kitchen and stuff like that. And we know that you people will be buying things that have extra boxes, and also we are aware that you'll be doing more cooking. So this is the household waste, not the garden waste, not the bulk waste, and not hazardous waste at all.
A seventh man is facing charges in connection with the Kadooment Day shooting in which 23 people sustained gunshot injuries. 29-year-old Damian Omar Pinder of Pickwick Gap, St. Michael, and Chase Gap, Halls Road, St. Michael, is due in the District A Magistrates Court today. He is charged with 23 counts of endangering life and 1 count of violent disorder. The United Progressive Party is knocking government for what it says is the failure to promote the creative industry. The criticism came from party leader Lynette Eastmond at a meeting in West Terrace on the weekend. Eastmond noted that this industry is a potential revenue generator for the island, but it is not being given the same attention as other sectors.
The problem is the government does not see it as a sector, and therefore there is no money allocated to it. And I know some people might want to challenge me and say that there is money allocated to it. But if you had to look at the budget, if you look at the estimates of expenditure, there's an entire head for tourism. There's a whole head for tourism. And then you come down the line and you see money for staff, money for advertising, money for the buildings overseas, money for people to travel up on these tourist ventures. There is no head for the creative economy. There's a head for culture. But I'm not talking about culture. I'm talking about the creative economy, that we're looking to do things to make money, not culture. I'm talking about making money. That is what we're going to do in the creative economy. And there are people in Barbados already doing those things, but at a small level.
St. Michael West Central MP James Paul is encouraging Barbadians to enjoy the festive season despite the current challenging economic climate. Paul was speaking at his constituency's annual Christmas party on the weekend, and he said there needs to be focus on more than just material things during Christmas.
And I know that we are going through relatively difficult times at this particular period, but at the same time, we still have to invest in the community, in our people. One of my teams and has always been that of empowering people and building communities. And even now, we are trying to get people to be into that message. And that is why at Christmas time, it is so important for us to be able to show people that, you do not need a whole set of money in order to make a good, to have a good time. And nowadays, you find that people are struggling so much from material gifts that they forget the natural things that have always been there with the family, friends, and that's the spirit of volunteerism.
Sports now. Cricket West Indies is expected to make a series of announcements next month on the advancement of the regional game. A statement from the organization this morning said these include new player contracts, a player registration system, venues for the region's hosting of the 2018 ICC Women's World T20 Championship, and strengthening of all formats of the regional competition. The statement also noted that Cricket West Indies has recorded its 3rd consecutive year of surplus. And President Dave Cameron says he's optimistic that a new 5-year strategic plan will contribute to the efficient financial management of the organization, even though it is bracing for what may be a difficult year up to September 2018. The statement says the board accepted recommendations for the plan at its last quarterly meeting in Nevis earlier this month. They include producing world-class players and winning teams, unlocking the full potential of the Windies brand, achieving equal opportunities throughout the sport in the region, and increasing the number of Caribbean people involved in cricket.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
In news from the region, the government of Dominica is planning to launch new housing projects in the capital Roseau and the northern town of Portsmouth in the wake of Hurricane Maria. The Category 5 storm destroyed the roofs of the majority of houses on the island in September. Liaison Officer Garvin Joseph told a news conference this morning that the government is partnering with Canadian company Montreal Management Consultants to build 400 residential units for Roseau and Picard.
Beginning 2018, a total of 100 residential units and more than 50 retail outlets will be constructed for the first project named the Roseau City Square. This will be located adjacent to the financial center of Dominica. The second project will rise in the Picard area of the Commonwealth of Dominica called Phoenix City, a fully integrated community with modern, sustainable infrastructure and underground utilities aptly named after the legendary bird, which resembles Dominica's rebirth. Phoenix City will consist of nearly 300 residential units with sizable commercial plazas that could serve both the private sector through retail spaces and the government entities through available spacious offices.
The United States has lifted a ban on fruits and vegetables from 7 provinces in the Dominican Republic. A statement from the Ministry of Agriculture said the decision was made on December 1st. The move now opens the region's fruit and vegetable exports and that of the country into the U.S. market. And on the international scene, at least 26 people have died and several are missing in central Philippines from landslides caused by a tropical storm over the weekend. We get the details in this Reuters report.
The Philippines devastated by a weekend of deadly storms. Disaster officials said on Sunday at least 26 people were killed after tropical storm Kaitak triggered landslides on the island province of Biliran. Floods across the country's central region left another 3 dead and many injured or missing. Witnesses told Reuters on Monday the storm was subsiding, but some areas are still without power or water and broken bridges have paralysed transportation. Amateur video shows streets submerged by floods and villagers cruising through towns by boat. The storm cut power across most of the region, grounding flights and stranding more than 15,000 holidaymakers. Officials say tens of thousands more were forced to flee to evacuation shelters.
That's the news this afternoon. Remember, there's more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also tune in to Mix 96.9 FM for more news. I am Marie Claire Williams. Good afternoon.